In the course of his work, The Meditations, Marcus Aurelius is going to make a lot of references to both the cardinal virtue of courage and to a number of subordinate virtues of courage as well. So he uses the term andrea, which is in Stoic parlance the cardinal, the main virtue of courage, in a number of listings of the cardinal virtues. But he's also going to use quite a lot of the terms that we see the Stoics identified various subordinate virtues of courage by. And the one that shows up the most is what sometimes gets translated as industriousness, or we could actually translate it more literally as love of work or love of toil, but also in another synonym as bearing toil. So that is philoponia or tharropoion. But he also brings up some others. There's a wide vocabulary that we could say falls under the umbrella of magnanimity or great souledness. He does use the word megalopsukhē, as well as four other arguable synonyms in the Meditations for that. He uses some terms for endurance, which is karteria. He uses that term twice, in fact, once as a adjective and once as a noun. But he also uses the term in a verbal sense as encarterēn, which means to endure as well. And then once in the Meditations, he uses the word tharon, which can be related to tharroleotēs, bravery, as one part of courage. There's also a number of other important references. Marcus stresses the need to be calm or gentle or avoid anger. So there's quite a few anger-related terms that are going to come up that translate as easily reconciled, peaceful, mild, putting up with other people, so patient. And then there's several other terms that arguably fit within the context of the cardinal virtue of courage. One of these is a verb that shows up over and over again on echesthai, which means to endure, to be patient with, to put up with. Another that we see is both a adjective and a verb, menetikon and hupomenen, which has to do with not being moved, being able to stay at one's position, to hold one's place. And then we have endelekes, which means perseverance. So all of these are giving us the fuller scope of the cardinal virtue of courage as we see it in the Meditations.